Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather updates from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Lenoir County where several men are now behind bars facing charges after a stray bullet hit a man in the head. It happened around 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. Lenoir County deputies were called to the 3300 block of Fountain Hill Drive for a report of a gunshot wound. When deputies arrived at the scene, they found 22-year-old Tucker Williams with a gunshot wound to the head. Deputies say Williams was working in his yard and was blowing off his driveway when a stray bullet hit him. Deputies say the bullet came across the wood line at 6960 Skeeter Pond Road, where they say 6 people were target shooting at the home. A family member of Williams questioned the 6 people about their target practice and told them that a bullet had hit Williams, according to deputies. Now, all 6 people left the area before deputies arrived at the scene. Pitt County law enforcement officers were made aware of the shooting, and Greenville police officers found 4 of the men at a traffic stop. Lenoir County deputies arrested 27-year-old Draquan Reed, 26-year-old Tyrell Barnhill, 25-year-old Tymese Barnhill, and 26-year-old Tyshawn Dodd. Court documents show 19-year-old Jordan Daniels and 25-year-old Daryl Boyd were also taken into custody in connection with the shooting yesterday. All 6 men are being charged with assault with a deadly weapon. Sheriff Jackie Rogers says the men were released at the magistrate's office. Williams was treated and released from ECU Health Medical Center. Deputies say the shooting was accidental, demonstrating gross negligence by the 6 men who were target shooting. And now we want to turn our attention to the strikes that happened in Iran over the weekend. Again, we're continuing to get new information about how much damage was done to Iran's nuclear facilities. We now turn to NBC's Keir Simmons, who has more on that and the potential terror threat that can come with American strikes.
Hey there, good day to you. We are, again, just a short distance away from that U.S. base here in Erbil, where they are, like so many bases across the region, on high alert. This one of the closest installations, U.S. installations to the Iranians, likely to be a target depending on what Iran decides to do. There have been drones go down in this region just in recent days. Meanwhile, across the Middle East, airlines cancelling some routes into the Gulf, and in Qatar, we're told that staff there at the base, the US base there, have been told to shelter in place this morning out of an abundance of caution. Meanwhile, inside Iran, about 2 hours from here at the border, the question today is, where is that highly enriched uranium that Iran had? Is it still in the hands of the Iranians? How do they ensure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands? Meanwhile, on the question of regime change, news today that Israel targeted a notorious prison inside Iran, blew the doors off. The Iranians say no prisoners escaped, but it does indicate that Israel is still interested in trying to foment change inside the country. Keir Simmons, NBC News, Erbil, Iraq.
Well, thank you very much, Keir, for that report. We now want to turn our attention to your forecast. Today is a First Alert weather day. Let's get right into the details. It's going to be hot for today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. It's just a stretch of very hot weather, mostly due to the fact that we've got a ridge of high pressure set up over us that's really going to keep a westerly breeze intact, and that's going to help. It'll lower the humidity enough to push air temperatures up, but we will still maintain a relatively high humidity for this time of the year, which makes it feel even warmer. It's kind of a delicate balance. Unfortunately, we are going to be balancing towards a very hot solution coming up this afternoon. Do want to say good morning to Esmeralda from Chinquapin. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. Again, just for as far as details go, numbers that we're looking at, we're anticipating high temperatures, air temperatures today reaching between the mid to upper 90s. That's going to be the case for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. That'll push your heat index anywhere between around 105, possibly up to around 112 degrees. Now, it's going to stay hot all week long, but later on in the week, we'll have a better opportunity for picking up some rain showers that will help control those temperatures. The more rain we get, the wetter our ground is, the cooler our temperatures will stay in the afternoons, which, of course, over the weekend didn't really see a whole lot of rain, which is exacerbating this heat problem that we are going to be seeing today. What are temperatures at right now? Currently in the low to mid 80s. Nothing to worry about right now, but as we head through the day, those temperatures are going to start to skyrocket. Now, this is what it feels like outside right now. Some areas already feeling very, very hot. Right now feels like 98 degrees through Oriental as well as Greenville, 101 in Edenton. Edenton, just one of those areas that tends to have a much higher dew point than surrounding areas, just its proximity to bogs and swamps, and that leads to, again, more moisture in the air. 94 degrees what it feels like in Hatteras right now, but there are still some in the upper 80s. Right now it feels like 89 degrees in Beaufort, New Bern, as well as Kinston and Windsor. 88 is what it's feeling like in Manio, Roanoke Rapids, Rocky Mount, and Goldsboro. But here's a look again at that humidity. Dew points high, mid to upper 70s. A few of us seeing those dew points already cracking the 80-degree mark. Big picture look at what we've got going on across the east today. Not a whole lot of rain. Again, the model's trying to give us maybe a few passing clouds, but certainly nothing that's going to slow the heat down anytime soon. Not until I think we get into Thursday afternoon will we truly see a strong enough system to promote a better opportunity for rain and thereby a better opportunity for some cooler air temperatures. Here's kind of a look at what we've got setting up. A large frontal boundary across pretty much the center of the country will gradually work its way eastward. It's just going to be a very slow process. Once that whole system does move over eastern North Carolina, we will see a touch of a cool down, maybe a little bit of a reduction in humidity for maybe a 36 to 48 hour period. It won't be long and it may not be noticeable, but it's something to look forward to because the heat and humidity is likely here to stay through this week. Of course, it's the next 3 days, including today, that have our greatest amount of attention as they are going to be very hot. There you saw, again, not much change in the forecast heat-wise as we head into the upcoming weekend, which, yeah, air temperatures may come down a touch, but this is going to be a hot stretch. First heat wave of the summer season, and summer is still pretty new. Again, we're only a few days into, well, astronomically speaking, only a few days into it. I know I subscribe to the meteorological calendar, which right now, I guess we are 23 days into it, but still, it's hot, it's humid, it's a little bit hotter than usual this time of year. We want to make sure that everyone is aware that we are going to be dealing with dangerous heat over the next 3 days. Do what you can to make sure you and your family and anybody you may know who may be sensitive to heat has a place to go to cool down, to hydrate in case things get a little bit too hot, either where they're at or maybe just, spending too much time outside. I do want to say good morning to Darnett Gardner. Thank you again for joining me over on Facebook. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. For now, that's all we have time for. We'll have more details again coming up at 10. Until then, have a wonderful Monday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.